Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to make a quick and easy dinner recipe. We're going to be making some salmon patties, Boricua style. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start by sauteing half of a white chopped onion with a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to saute that until it's nice and golden for about 5 minutes. So this is the salmon that I'll be using for the salmon patties. I find this at Aldi for just a little under $4. All it is salmon and water, similar to tuna. So I removed my salmon from the can and I drained most of the liquid. Now all I'm going to do is carefully kind of like in the middle, I open it up, and as you can see, the bone is pretty well intact, and it's going to be like every time I use canned salmon, I find that the spine is in 2 different places. So you just have to open it up carefully until you find it. And as you can see, it's very easy to remove. And then I kind of use like my thumbs and like scrape any little skinny bones. And even if there's like a few pieces of skinny bone left in there that you missed, it's okay because they're actually not sharp. They're very tender and they kind of disintegrate once you mix all of the ingredients. So if you don't want to use canned salmon, you can also use 2 cans of tuna. This particular canned salmon is about 14 ounces, so it's almost a pound. So yeah, I think you use like 2 or 3 cans of tuna. I'm trying to remember how many ounces are in 1 can. I'm not sure if it's 4 or if it's 8, but yeah, just do the math and just make sure that however many cans of tuna you use is equivalent to about 14 ounces of canned salmon. And if you don't want to use canned salmon, you can also use fresh salmon. Just get about a pound of salmon or a little under a pound. Cook it according to your preference until it's fully cooked through. And then you just use a fork to break it apart and you're good to go. So apart from the bones, I also like to remove the skin. I am not a fan of salmon skin at all, so I do like to remove that. All right, so I don't follow any recipe when it comes to making canned salmon. I always make it my own. I will have all of the ingredients in the description box below, but of course, as I always say, you can adjust everything to your preference. So after I cooked my onions, I let them cool completely, and then I'm gonna go ahead and place it in my bowl of salmon. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sofrito. Now I love sofrito because it has everything I need. It has the garlic, onion, it has cilantro, it has the ají dulce, which are the Caribbean sweet peppers, recao. And I do have 2 videos on my channel on how to make sofrito. Now I'm going to go ahead and add 1 large egg. The egg is going to act as a binding agent for this mixture. And then I'm going to add the juice of half of a small lime. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this sriracha chili sauce. I can only find the sauce at Target, but if you have something like a sweet chili sauce or like a Thai chili sauce, add it. It's really, really good. Now, if you don't have sweet chili sauce, you can probably add something that's kind of close to it. Maybe a little bit of ketchup with then like a teaspoon of brown sugar. I think that'll work really, really well. You just want something that's a little sweet and acidic. And then I also added a bit of mayonnaise. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the salt-free garlic and herb seasoning. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and add it to taste. Now, you don't need to add a lot of salt for this because the canned salmon is pretty salted already. But of course, you just add it to preference. Now, again, I'm going to have all of the ingredients in the description box below. And for reference, I added about like a tablespoon of that sweet chili sauce and about a little over a tablespoon of the mayonnaise. And this is about a teaspoon. I already know someone's going to call me out and I'm going to laugh. They're going to be like, that's not a teaspoon. That's not a tablespoon. You just eyeball it and it'll taste great. This is a recipe that's kind of hard to mess up. And I love it because it's so inexpensive. Like this canned salmon, at least like where I live, it was a little under $4. And I was able to feed myself and my family. We are a small family of 4. So I always find that, just adding a little bit of your favorite ingredients in this mixture just goes a long way when it comes to flavor and also getting the right texture. All right. And speaking of texture, I'm going to add some panko breadcrumbs. This is about 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs. Now, this is really going to act like a glue for these salmon patties. That way, when you go and cook them up, they do not break and fall apart, which can happen even if you do put breadcrumbs, and that's okay. You just have to be really careful when you're cooking them. I'm going to be cooking them on my pan, but you can actually air fry these and they turn out great. So using the same pan that I used to saute my onions, I'm going to go ahead and set my heat to medium, and I'm going to add enough oil just like that until the bottom of my pan is pretty well coated. I want to make sure that my salmon patties do not stick to my pan, and I want there to be enough oil where my patties are, they're getting like a nice little sizzle action there. Not necessarily frying them, but just get like a nice little sizzle because I want them to be nice and crispy on the outside. Now again, as I mentioned earlier, you can air fry these, and if you are going to air fry them, set your air fryer to about 375 degrees. You'll cook them for about 10 minutes, maybe a little more. You just want to cook them until they're nice and golden. And then when you go to shape your patties, you want to scoop up about like 2.5 tablespoons of mixture, or just eyeball it. And as far as thickness goes, you want them to be as thick as if you are preparing a hamburger. So you don't want them too thick and you don't want them too thin. Okay, you don't want them too thin because then they'll break apart, and you don't want them too thick because then the middle will not fully cook through. And the FYI, the salmon that comes in the can, it's already cooked. So, but still, you have like egg and stuff like that in the mixture. So you want to make sure that you're cooking these completely through. And FYI, this pan is actually really big. That's why it looks like, she has like a lot of patties in there, but it's because this is a 12-inch pan, which I really love, and shout out to my mommy who gave this to me. So to get the mixture, roll it up in a little ball, like if I'm making a meatball, and then flatten it gently with my hands. All right, I'm going to cook each side until they are nice and golden brown. And since my patties are not too thin, they're going to be very easy to flip. They're not too thin, and also I added a good amount of breadcrumbs. You want your mixture to not be super stiff because you don't want your patties to be dry, but you want the mixture to be pretty cohesive, okay? That way, you just want to make sure it's not too crumbly. If that makes sense. Gonna go ahead and give it a little flip and cook it on the other side until it's nice and golden as well. And just like that, my salmon patties are done. Super, super easy. Now you can eat these by themselves as like an appetizer or a lunch, or if you want to put it in between some burger buns and have it as like, a salmon patty burger. You can use your favorite dipping sauce for seafood, or like some mayo ketchup will be really, really good, and you're good to go. But I actually went ahead and turned my salmon patties into a complete meal, and everything on this plate will be listed in the description box below because I do have a recipe for each item. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. Until next time.